Hello everyone, this is Ed's Outdoor Adventure. Today we're going to talk about the acecare 2 liter. It is a SCBA bottle and just picked it up. I actually picked up 2 of them, and acecare is overseas. You can see the name there. And so anyhow, we're going to talk a little bit about them. Just some technical information that they have on there as far as part number and the contents, working pressure, 300 bar, inspection date, when to re-inspect it and all that. It talks about the valve torque, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And then over here it talks a little bit more about the weight of the bottle, the threads. Test pressure, 450 bar. That's 6,526.69817,978 pounds. 6,526 PSI. Temperature rating, and that it's a 2-liter bottle. So I picked up 2, and I'm waiting for the valves and all that for that one, but I have everything for this one. So we're just talk a little bit about it. So the main valve that goes on the tank is the one that has the handle that turns it on and off. Inside this, I'll see if I can attach a picture, but it has the a little filter inside, a little tube with 2 holes in it, and you take a really tiny screwdriver and you just snug it up just past hand tight, that little stem that's inside. So if you get one of these bottles from acecare overseas, just type in acecare and .com, and it'll bring you up to it. They have all kinds of SCBA bottles. So anyhow, that stem inside, take care of that. And then a lot of manufacturers and whatnot say you tighten the stem until it's flush with the bottle, so there's no gap right there at all. acecare recommends or says, so hand tight, and then acecare says to 90 Newton meters, which is, I forget, I did the math, but it's pretty tight. So I was trying to figure out, how am I going to hold this little bottle without, a second or third person? So what I did is I had an old belt, and I wrapped the old belt around it like that. And then down here, where that old belt comes together, I squeezed it in the vise, my work vise, and then I laid a piece of cardboard down here just to protect it. And then I squeezed this to where that gap that you can see in there completely went away. So that gap goes to 0 without touching the bottle, and this is protecting it on the vise. And I was able to tighten it in the vise like an oil filter wrench, and I was able to get my 90 Newton meters on the torque wrench. So I used a torque wrench, and then I put a crow's foot. Yeah, you're offset about 1 inch, so does that change your torque specs? It's pretty darn close. So you could minus a pound, right? So I did that. The next thing is all of this has O-rings and whatnot, and that actually looks like the O-ring is missing, which is totally cool because I know where it's at. So when you get this stuff, when you get your bottle from acecare, it comes with some extra O-rings and some extra Foster fitting gaskets and whatnot. So those little white gaskets are ones that go in here. So get out the O-ring and you drop it in that little slot right there. Drop it in there. Okay, so now you have your O-ring. I noticed that it fell out earlier, and just thread it in. Put your stem in there, almost like doing a propane tank, right? Slide it in there and give it some tightening. Get it started. Once you get it started, then tighten it all the way down and arrange this valve where you want, because this is the valve that's going to show you your pressure on your hose line. So you can set it however you want. You can put them both so they're together or not, however you want. I generally try to go in this direction just because it doesn't take up as much space. So this has an O-ring in it, so you don't have to put it that tight. Just tight enough. It'll hold itself. All right. And so then on this end, you have your Foster fittings. See if I can get one apart, which I don't think I can. But inside of these, where this piece and this piece thread together, are these little white crush washers. Sometimes you got to be careful. If you tighten them too much, you'll collapse them too much, and that little hole inside will go away. So outside of that, I'm liking the 2 liter for what I do. I go out and shoot PCP air rifles, pre-charged pneumatic. So put your end on that, whatever you need to get to hook up to whatever you want, paintballing or whatever. And then, of course, when there's air in it, right, you open your valve, you close your bleeder, open your valve, hook your stuff up, all that. And then when you're done, to get the pressure out of the line, of course, you open up your bleeder valve and it goes away. Shut your tank off before you open your bleeder valve. If you're in my area, northern part of California, I have a compressor that I can fill these in 6.8 liter bottles all day long. So like I said, I'm waiting for this end to show up, and it might be a different valve, I don't know, but we'll talk about that. So I may or may not go out and fill this right now. I haven't decided. It's a little warm here. We're in triple digits for a couple weeks, but that'll be coming soon. So yeah, remember, acecare. This will be my 4th bottle, and a good friend of mine, Frank's World. Check him out on YouTube. I'll put a link in there. He has 2 or 3 bottles as well. So we really like the company. We have no complaints. We go out a lot in side-by-sides and whatnot and do stuff. So that's where we're at, and I'm really liking this bottle. It's not very big with everything on it. I'm a little guy, but you know, it's shoulder width, and the diameter is, you know, 2 hands around it plus. So it's a good bottle and a good buy. So check out acecare and shoot me up if you need any questions, answers, concerns, what about, and I'll do my best to answer them, or I'll send them off to Frank, one or the other. All right, thanks for watching. Talk soon.